Hello students, in this video we will discuss one of the concept of economics called supply. It is supply. So in the previous videos we have discussed about the concept called demand. Demand means here availability of the sources or the products are less than the requirement, then we can say that there is a demand for the product. Or when the customer is willing to pay, when there is a desire to purchase the product, and also when there is a sufficient funds at the customer, then we can say that there is a demand for the product from the customer point of view. Similarly, here supply means supply can be defined as the quantity of product that a seller is willing to offer. Seller is willing to offer in the market at a particular price within the specific time. So the difference between the demand and the supply, here in case of demand there is a demand from the customer's point of view. Here in case of supply, here the seller should will to offer the particular product or the service in the market at a particular price within the specific time. That is known as supply. And in other words, the quantity of commodity offered for the sale by the seller at a given price, at a given market, at a given time is also known as a supply. So this offer should offered by the seller but not the customer. So here there are many determinants or the factors that are influencing the supply, or the supply of the product is influenced by various determinants of the factors like price of the product, cost of the production, government policies, technology that is available, machinery that is available, skilled labor that are available, and unskilled labor available in the business. So all these are the various factors that are directly or indirectly influencing the supply of the product. If any changes in these determinants, automatically there is a changes in supply in terms of quantity. Now let us see law of supply and operation of law of supply. Law of supply states that the direct relationship between the supply and price of the product, while other factors remaining the same. In simple words, the law of supply states that the supply of a product increases with an increases in its prices when the price of the product is decreases, and also the supply of the products will decrease when other things remains the constant. So here the law of supply or operation of law of supply can explain with the supply schedule and the curve. Let us see how the supply curve will flow from left to right upward. So now let us discuss supply schedule and supply curve. Here supply schedule is the schedule which explains, which shows the price and the supply at the corresponding prices. So here supply schedule is the tabular representation of the price and the supply in units is known as supply schedule. For example, here price of the product in terms of rupees, supply of the same commodity in terms of units. So as we discussed, law of supply states that there is a direct relationship, that is a positive relationship between the price and the supply of same product. For example, if the price of the product is at 10 rupees, the supply of the same product in terms of units is 100. If it is increased to 20, the supply is increased to 200. If it is 30 rupees, the quantity supply increased to 300. The price is increased to 40, the supply in terms of units is equal to 400. If the price is increased to 50, the supply of the quantity in terms of units also will increase. So here the relationship between these two, the price and the supply in terms of quantity, is positive. Means how the price is increasing, proportionately the supply of the same product will also increasing. 10, the price is increased to 10 to 50, the supply of the quantity also increased from 100 units to 500 units. So there is a positive relationship between the price and supply. Condition is that other determinants of the supply is constant or does not change, like cost of the production, government policies, prices of other related products, technology that we are using for this product, machinery that we are using, and all other factors of production remains constant, then there is a positive relationship between the price and the supply. This is the supply schedule. Now let us see the supply curve. By using the supply schedule, we can draw a supply curve. So here supply curve is the graphical representation of the schedule of supply, is known as a supply curve. So based on the data available in supply schedule, we are constructing a graph which reveals or which finds the supply curve. Here there are two axes, x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis I am taking the supply in terms of units, and y-axis taking the prices of the products in terms of rupees. The scale on x-axis is 10 units, 10, 20, 100 units, 200 units, 300 units, 400 units, and 500 units. Here the price of the product is 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 rupees. How the price is increasing? The supply in terms of commodity is also increasing. As there is a positive relationship between the quantity, supply, and the price of the product, the supply curve will flow from left to right upward. Means here when the price is at 10, the quantity supply of the product is at 100 units. If the price is at 20, the quantity is increased to 200. If the price is increased to 30, the quantity of the product increased to 300. At 40 rupees, the quantity increased to 400 units. At 50, the quantity increased to 500. Means here there is a positive relationship between the price and the quantity in terms of supply. Hence the line is floating from left to right upward. Left to right upward. The line which is occurred after connecting these points is known as a supply curve. This is called as supply curve, which is floating from left to right. When there is a positive relationship between the two variables, then only possible to float the curve from left to right upward. Here we have seen in demand schedule and demand curve, there is a negative relationship between the price and the quantity demand. Therefore the demand curve floating from left to right downward. So the curve is floating from left to right downward means there is a negative relationship between the two variables. But whereas in case of positive relationship between the two variables, here the curve will float from left to right upward. Now here OX and OY axis are reveals the supply and the price of the product respectively. When the price is increased from OP1 to OP2, the quantity supply of the product increased from OQ1 to OQ2. Price is increased to OP3, quantity is increased to OQ3. It is increased to OP4, the quantity is increased to OQ4. Here the price is increased to OP5, the quantity supply in terms of units also increased to OQ5. Means here the price is increasing from OP1 to OP5. Similarly, proportionately, the quantity demand of the same product, quantity supply of the same product will increase from OQ1 to OQ5. Therefore, there is a positive relationship between the price and the quantity supply in units. This is called operation of supply. This is called operations of supply. So the assumptions of this operation of supply is that other things remains constant. Other determinants of the product is constant. Like here, the cost of the production should constant. Cost of the production includes raw material, purchase of raw material, technology that we are using, machinery that we are using, labor, employees salaries, and other factors of production should constant. So here, apart from this cost of the production, the government policies also remains constant. The government policies also remains constant, and other factors which are directly or indirectly influencing or affecting the supply or quantity of supply, all are constant when we are taking the relationship between the price and supply. Generally the supply is changes based on the price of the product. How the demand is changes according to changes in prices of the product. Similarly, the supply also will change because of changes in price of the product. If the price is increasing, the supply of the commodity will also increase in the business in order to maximize the profits of the business. So this is what operation of law of supply. Now let us see what are the different factors affecting the supply, or these factors are also called as determinants of supply. So when you are estimating or calculating the quantity supply with respect to the price of the product, all these factors should constant. There should not be changes in these factors when you consider the relationship between when you estimate the quantity of supply in the market of the product respect to the price. So they are the different factors affecting the supply or determinants of supply, such as price of the product, cost of the production, natural conditions, transportation facilities, taxation policies, production techniques, prices of factors of production, and availability of factors of production. So these are all the different factors which are directly or indirectly used to determine the supply. So let us see one by one the factors. The first one is price of the product. Yes, price of the product is a very important or the significant factor which directly influence the supply, quantity of supply, the level of supply. If the price of the product is increasing, the supply of quantity will also increase. There is a positive relationship between the price of the product and the supply of the quantity, supply of the product or the service or the commodity. An increase in the price of the product increases its supply, and if there is decrease in the prices of the product, there is a decrease in the supply of the commodity or the product, where other remaining factors constant. So producers increase the supply of the product at higher prices due to the expectations of receiving increased profits. Thus, price and supply have the direct relationship. If the price is increasing, automatically he will increase the quantity of supply, then hence the profits of the company will also increase. The second factor that is affecting the supply is that cost of production. Yes, cost of the production and supply are inverse relationship each other. If the cost of the production is increasing, automatically the supply of the commodity will decrease. So based on the cost of the production, the supply of the quantity will also increase or decrease or changes. This implies that the suppliers do not supply the products in the market when the cost of the manufacturing is more than that market price. For example, here there is a product called A. The market price of the product is rupees 10. When the company is producing the same product, when the price of the product is 10 rupees, the cost should be less than this market price. Means if the cost of the product A is 8 rupees, then he can produce the product, supply the product. If it is 9 rupees, we will try to supply the product. At least even if it is 10 rupees, we will try to supply the product, because he may get a break even point, no profit, no loss, which is equals to the market price. If the cost of the production is increased to 11 rupees or more, then he will not supply the product because it is incur losses. It means that the cost of the production and the supply of the quantity or commodity has the inverse relationship, negative relationship. How? The cost of the production is increasing, the supply of the commodity will decrease. There is a negative relationship between the cost of the production and the supply of the product. The next one is natural conditions. As here natural conditions also here significantly affecting the supply of the commodity. The supply of certain products is directly influenced by the nature, climatic conditions. For example, the supply of agricultural products increases when the monsoon comes well on time. If not, there is no supply in terms of crops, paddy and other crops in the market. When the monsoon comes well in time, then automatically the supply will increase. Otherwise, there is no supply, means the supply in terms of quantity will decrease. So directly for some products, the natural conditions affect on the supply of commodity or the products. The next one is transportation facilities. Better the transportation facilities, more the supply in terms of products or services, and vice versa. If there is no better transportation facilities, automatically the producers may not supply more and more in terms of quantity, or sometimes the transportation cost is also influence the supply. If the transportation cost is more than the general transportation cost, then the supply will affect. So better the transportation facilities, more the supply in terms of quantity. There is no transportation facilities in better, the supply of the quantity will also will decrease. So transport is always a constraint to the supply of goods. This is because goods are not available on time due to poor transportation facilities, because the transportation is one channel to distribute the produced products to the market. If there is no transportation facilities, not possible to supply quantity of products to the market. Then taxation policies. Sometimes the government policies in terms of taxes also affecting the supply of quantity, supply of the product, supply of the commodity. So here government tax policies also act as a regulating force in supply. If the rates of taxes levied on goods are high, the supply will decrease and vice versa. If the taxes is more and more on supply, automatically the supply will decrease. More the taxes, less the supply. Less the taxes, more the supply. There is a negative relationship between the taxation policies and the supply of goods. The next one is production techniques. The supply of goods also depends on the technology that we are using. If we are using advanced technology in the business, then it is possible to produce the qualitative products and more number of units in terms of quantity is possible. If we are using outdated techniques are the traditional techniques are the technologies using in the business, that will leads to low production, which further decreases the supply of goods or the services. So here the production techniques also plays a very important role in the supply of the commodity. Advanced technologies using in the business, more the quantity producing and supplying. Outdated technology or the traditional technology using, low the production as well as low in supply. So the production techniques also playing a very significant role. The next one is prices of factors of production. Apart from all these, the prices of the factors of production are also affecting the supply in terms of purchase of raw material, purchase of technology, purchase of machinery, and all other factors that are using to produce the product, right? So that also affecting the supply. More the prices of the factors of production, less the supply in terms of quantity. There is a negative relationship between the prices of the factors of production and the supply of products to the market. The next one is availability of factors of production. So it is not only the prices of the factors of production affecting, but also availability of the factors. If the factors of production is not readily available for the products to be produced at right time, that will affect on the supply of the products or the commodities to the market. If available more the factors of production and more the supply, less the availability of the factors of production, less the supply in terms of raw material, technology, labor, employees, and all other factors of production. More the availability, more the supply. Less the availability, less the supply. There is a positive relationship between the availability of factors of production and the supply in terms of quantity. So they are the different factors affecting the supply. All these are also called as determinants of supply. Now let us see supply function. So here supply function is the mathematical expression of law of supply. In the previous videos we have seen that law of demand, demand function. Demand function is the mathematical expression of law of demand. Similarly, here the law of supply means the mathematical expression of law of supply is a supply function. In other words, supply function quantifies the relationship between supply and the price of the product while keeping all other factors at a constant. The law of supply expresses the nature of relationship between quantity supplied and price of the product, while supply function measures that relationship. And here, whatever the determinants or the factors are affecting directly or indirectly, all the factors are related to the supply function. Mathematically, we can also written the supply function as QS equal to quantity of supply equal to F of all the factors affecting supply. Simply we can written as like this. QS quantity of supply equal, F means functional relationship. Here we need to take all the factors affecting the supply. What are the factors affecting the supply? QS quantity of supply equal F of P price of the product, P or prices of the related goods, P F price of factors of production, T technology, T P time period, G government policies in terms of taxes and others. So these are the some of the factors are affecting the supply. Hence we have taken these factors as factors that will explain the functional relationship between quantity of supply and the factors of supply. So here where QS equal quantity of supply, F means functional relationship, P is price of the product, P or is price of related goods, T is the technology, TP is the time period, G is government policies, O means other factors that are directly or indirectly affecting. This is about the supply function. So basically supply function means a mathematical relationship between the quantity of supply and the other factors of or factors of the supply or factors determining the supply. So this is also important concept in examination point of view. Now let us see what are the assumptions of supply or law of supply. So how we have discussed assumptions of law of demand, similarly there are certain assumptions of law of supply. What are the assumptions? If you want to say there is a positive relationship between price and supply, you should assume that other things remains constant. Other determinants of supply remains constant. It should not be changed. If any changes occur, automatically the law of supply does not hold good in the market. It does not hold good in the business. So if you want to say that there is a positive relationship between price of the product and the supply in terms of quantity, we need to assume that other factors or the determinants of supply is constant. Now let us see what are the other factors. Here the first one is income of the buyers. Income of the buyers. Income of the buyers remains unchanged or constant. If any changes in the income of the consumers, automatically the purchasing power will change. When there is a changes in purchasing power of the consumer or the buyer, automatically there is a changes in demand. If there is a changes in demand, the supply also can change. So here the income of the buyers in affecting the supply of commodity. More the income of the buyers, more the supply, more can be demand for the product, automatically more can be the supply. So here income of the buyers remains constant. When the price of the product is increasing, the supply of the commodity will also increase. If any changes in buyers, here the law of supply will not price increasing, supply also will increase. Any changes occur here, this will not happen. This will not happen. The second one is the commodity is measurable and available in small units. Availability of commodity in small units. If the size of the commodity, if the unit's size is large, then there is no consumer will come to purchase the products. Automatically there is no demand. No demand means the supply also will decrease. So there is no changes in the size of commodity. The size of commodity. Then the taste and preferences. Taste and preferences of customers remains constant. If any changes in the taste and preferences of the customers, automatically there is changes in supply. Increase the taste and preferences, increase the supply. But here when you want to say there is a positive relationship between these two, here the taste and preferences of the customers remains constant. If any changes occur, the law of supply will not hold good. The cost of factors of production. Cost of factors of or price. Price of factors of production. So when there is a changes in prices of the factors of production, the law of supply does not hold, because due to if any increases in prices of these factors of production, there is increase in cost of the production, there is a decrease in supply. When there is no law of supply, hold good. If there is no changes in the price of the factors of production, then the law of supply holds good. Cost of production. Total cost of the production should be constant. If any changes occur here, there is no law of supply hold good. And technology that we are using, constant, should not be changed. Any changes, law of supply does not hold good. Here the producer is rational. The producer is rational, and the normal factors remains stable, or the natural factors. The natural factors available in the market constant, should not be changed, to say that the law of demand holds good. And expectations of the producers and the government policies do not change over a period of time. Here expectations of producers constant. If any changes here in terms of estimating the profit, estimating the cost of the production and others, these expectations changes, the law of demand does not hold good. And also government policies. Any changes in government policies here leads to changes in the supply. where the law of supply does not hold good. So these are the and others, if any factor that is directly or indirectly affecting the law of supply. So these are the some of the factors or assumptions of law of supply. If any changes occur in these assumptions, automatically the law of supply does not hold good. So if you want to say law of supply is hold good, all the determinants of the supply should be constant. So this is about the assumptions of law of supply. So as we know, as we discussed in the previous classes, economic concepts all are related to the assumptions. This is one of the limitation of economics concepts. So here, if any changes in these assumptions, automatically that technique or the concept may not applicable. So these are the some of the assumptions of law of supply. So this is also the important concepts. So my dear students, supply, until now we have discussed respect to the supply. What is supply? What are the factors determining the supply? What are the factors affecting the supply? Law of supply, operation of law of supply. In that, what is supply schedule, what is supply curve, what is the nature of supply curve in the graph, and also the assumptions of law of supply and function of law of supply. So they are the concepts respect to the supply we discussed in this video. Okay, thank you.